Ready. Spaghetti.
All right, let's do it. Hello and welcome to another episode of Beers Per Minute. I'm your host, Mick Pettit. As with me always is Calvin Mile.
Hello.
And we have somebody new. Introduce yourself, somebody new.
Hi, I'm Devin.
How are you, Devin?
I'm all right. How are you guys?
Tired.
Yeah,
I'm hungry.
You're hungry?
Yeah.
What are you hungry for?
Turkey burger.
Ooh, that's nice.
Yep.
Well,
It's
I'm
gonna
hungry
be
for
exciting.
beer.
Mhm. Got some Pabst.
Yes, I got good old PBR.
got that blue ribbon.
Mm-hmm. I think we
I'm
talked
drink-
about that in one of our first ones, didn't we? That's like,
I think so.
it's got some deep roots to me.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'm drinking Crater Lake vodka mixed with strawberry Mike's Hard.
Ooh,
It's tasty. It's like
pretty
strawberry
good.
lemonade.
Sounds really sweet, but
I enjoy sweet.
it sounds
beverages.
tasty
Yeah.
yeah.
in a
Yeah.
sweet way.
Sweet
Like
is...
I like to mix like rum with guava juice. Like just all the sweetness. It's delicious.
I mean, I'm not saying that it's not good. Just the sweetness is a bit high.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm a straight whiskey dude, so...
Yeah.
Well,
Like do you
you say that, and got a little whiskey here. So,
Nice. What kind? What kind of whiskey you got?
it's High West whiskey.
Oh, okay.
I really enjoy their stuff,
Mhm.
and honestly, the bottle sells it for me by itself, just like that really like thick glass. And so, yeah, it's
Kinda-
just bourbon though.
what
Is
kind
that
of
their-
glass are you drinking out of?
So the glass I'm drinking out of is actually the bottom of the bottle that I cut off to make into a whiskey glass.
Oh,
I have
nice.
2 of them right now, so I'm working on 4 total to have. But
That's cool. You
Yeah.
gotta get through the bottles first.
I got to get through
Yeah.
the bottles
Gotta
first.
finish the
Yeah.
bottle and then cut it and file it.
Oh, we
That's-
get that done in a weekend.
It's really cool though. I never even thought about that as a concept, and now I want to find a cool bottle to make glasses out of.
Oh yeah, there's some pretty cool ones I've seen.
Mhm.
Tons of stuff on Pinterest about it, like dipping the string in lighter fluid and wrapping it around it, lighting it, and then just letting it burn
Oh.
off, and then putting it underwater so it shocks it, and then just snaps.
Right. Okay.
Because it works. I've never done it, but
How did you do it, David?
So the way that I do it is just I have like a little glass score basically that I just run around it, and it has like it attaches the bottom of the bottle so it keeps it semi consistent and even. But just scores it, and then it's the same thing. You just run it under hot boiling water, and it cuts it clean off right there. So
nice.
Cool. You got a fancy tool for it.
got a little fancy tool, Amazon fancy.
Yeah. Amazon
You
choice.
set it on there and then like spin it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like how cat burglars that break into museums. They put the
Exactly
suction cup
like
out the
that.
window and they
Yeah,
pops right out.
right. That does not work like that.
No?
Movies lied to us.
You got to
So much.
pour boiling water on the window afterwards.
Right.
Then it ends up going.
Yeah.
And
you
it's
They
not
never
just
show that
one
part.
swipe around it either. It's like 40.
you just spin it once and throw hot water on it and the whole window explodes.
Oh, what movie was that? Was it Undercover Brother? Where he's trying to get into a window and he like taps it and the whole window around him explodes except for what he's holding.
That sounds like it would be a
Some,
comedy movie.
Some quality Eddie Griffin.
Yeah.
He had some good ones. I remember Undercover Brother was probably one of my favorites because it has Neil Patrick Harris in it.
Mm.
And he squishes some guy's head in the end of it. He calls him a sissy and he goes, "Don't call me a sissy!" And like,
Wow. Just clapped him.
Yep.
I don't think I've ever seen that movie before.
oh, it's
Undercover Brother.
pretty good. Yeah, so he has to go undercover as a white black guy.
Mm.
Nice.
So he's got to eat like mayonnaise, and they give him a watch that has like a secret hot sauce thing in it, so he can eat white people food.
Wow.
Yep.
So it's like White Chicks, but a cop show.
It's kind of like Austin Powers.
So white chicks, but Austin Powers.
Yeah, kind of, but he doesn't like cover himself up or anything. You know, doesn't make himself light skinned. He's just like he's
Just
pretends
acts,
to be white.
just
Yeah.
acts like a white guy.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yep, that's a pretty good one. You guys are on the same time as Austin Powers as well.
Do people not know that he's black? Like,
no, they do, but he's not like black.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes a bit more sense then.
Yeah, he's light skinned.
Got it. Okay. He eats mayonnaise like a white person.
Yeah, but he has to put the hot sauce on it so he can actually keep it down. It's pretty funny. Yep.
Yeah.
Good old
I
days
don't want
movies.
to. I don't want to get into a mayonnaise conversation again. We'll just be repeating our episodes.
Right.
There's
I know,
a
and
lot
I
that can
didn't-
be said about mayonnaise, apparently. So.
There is. I'm supposed to make some, but I haven't yet.
Yeah.
But that's on the list. That's on the list of things I have to do.
So, what you guys been up to this week? Anything exciting?
I worked on my car today. That was fun.
Yeah.
I I figured out what I did wrong, and I'm just glad I'm not the first person to do it. So that makes me feel less stupid.
You looked it up, like, why is this broken? And they're like, oh yeah.
Yeah, well, I couldn't figure out what was going on. So my car wasn't shifting past second, and it sounded like it looked like it was, and it felt like it was, but it did not sound like it was at all. I took the pan off, drained everything, and I pulled all the fluid out of it. And as I'm checking all the sensors, I realize that I haven't been putting transmission fluid in the transmission. I put it in the front differential. Because Subaru, in their all, powerful wisdom, made the differential and the tranny stick both yellow handles.
Oh.
And made the differential on the passenger side right within reach, easily to get at. And you see the transmission right by it. So it's like, oh, that's got to be it. They put the transmission dipstick on the driver's side way back behind where you can't even see it. So I drove from halfway to Chelan and then all the way back from Lake Chelan to Raymond. So probably about 10 hours with ATF fluid in my differential.
Wow.
Yeah. So I had to drain all that out and put it all back together. And now it works and shifts perfectly, runs like a kitten. Except now it's a loud kitten.
What did it do to let you know that something is wrong?
Well, my tranny fluid was low, so it wasn't shifting past second.
It wouldn't shift by second. Okay.
But I drove it so long with the ATF in the differential that's such a low oil and has a whole bunch of detergents in it that it breaks it down, and now it basically burnt up the differential.
Right.
So it's just loud now. But it's better than having to buy a tranny, because that was going to cost me like $1,200.
Yeah, those are
Absolutely,
expensive.
Yeah.
Yep. I felt like an idiot, and then just glad I found somebody else who did it before me. Like, yes.
You're like, so your car doesn't shift past second. Mm-hmm.
Yep. And I called the shop in Tacoma and told them the thing, and they're like, oh yeah, I had to do it.
Yeah, that makes it happen.
He wasn't not surprised. Awesome. I swear I know things about cars.
Did you talk to them like that one commercial about like that lady calling a mechanic shop, telling them what noise their car is making, and they're like, "Oh, is it more like this noise, or it's like, no, it's like this noise."
Like car talk.
They can totally tell exactly what's wrong with their car.
Yeah, nope. I did not do the improv noises.
No,
I just said, "Hey, I think I'm stupid," and I did this.
Oh man, I can smell the bacon cooking. Oh, that's gonna be tasty.
Bacon on the turkey burger.
Bacon turkey burger.
Bacon turkey burger.
I'm not having a turkey burger because I don't want to eat red meat. It's just because it was in our freezer.
Nice.
I gotta eat the meat in the freezer.
Figure I should start a timer.
Just like in general to end
Yeah.
the podcast.
Yeah. That's what it helps actually, because then I know like, hey, it's time to stop.
Yeah.
It's time to stop. You gotta edit that meme into the
I think you'll like
you filthy Frank or whatever his name is with the clock. It's time to stop.
I'm having fun with some of the editing.
Yeah.
Like the not quite a cold open, but just a little bit, like our counting in on that one.
Yeah.
And I should have done one with Jeremiah's, but with the one that's coming out this week or last week now. For you, if you people are listening to this one. With Jason, I did something kind of cool at the beginning of it. It's funny. I think you'll like it.
I haven't even heard it yet. People who are watching this video already heard it, and I haven't even heard it yet.
Yep. It's a surprise for
Probably
everybody.
really good.
It
Probably
actually was pretty good.
spectacular.
We actually got into some deep stuff about how he got into Elvis, and
Nice. I wish I could have made that. That made me so mad that whole weekend was just kiboshed for me.
I know it
I'm
would have been so
mad.
fun.
I was so looking forward to that, but I'm all better. My wife's all better now. No more COVID. Both tested negative.
That's
good.
awesome.
So,
and we're gonna go see Dusty Cubby tomorrow.
Yeah,
that's gonna be awesome. Well,
Devin might come. It's a possibility.
Oh, yeah?
I might come.
Dude, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
They are probably one of my favorite bands now.
Yeah, no, I really like them. I got to see them down in Olympia actually.
Oh,
just like a cool little like bar venue. It's called The Voyeur, and it's anyways, it's a cool little weird little venue or whatever. Kind of it's real Olympia, but
I've been to that venue before actually.
Have you? Okay.
Familiar. Yeah,
they have really good food there and stuff. But
those used to be my streets.
Nice.
I lived in Olympia for a while. I know 4th Ave well.
Very nice. Yeah. Okay.
The Clipper was probably one of my favorite spots.
Oh, the Crippler, man!
I love it so much. The old people and the sticky floors.
Yeah, they make their drinks real strong there, and
they're cheap.
They're very cheap.
I think I should be going there. Where's this place at?
It's right off of 4th Ave.
Yeah.
So The Voyeur, you saw Dusty Cubby.
The Crippler.
That's what we call it, is the Crippler, because it cripples you very quickly.
Fun. It's my favorite.
But yeah, we go there for karaoke every once in a while. It's a cool vibe. That whole little strip right there has some I'm Wild Man Brewing's now right next there too, so it's just getting better.
Yeah, we'll be down there.
Yep.
At some point eventually. I still have a jar for the first batch of mead in my fridge that I'm gonna bring so you can try it before it's all gone.
Sweet. That's awesome.
Yeah, maybe we'll have the head brewer of Wildman try it as well, and he can hire me to make.
Oh, Christian, yeah, right.
It'd be a great job for me. I'll make some mead.
His stuff's good though. Like I'm a snob when it comes to like mead because I have a friend who owns the Asir Meadery up in Everett, and his stuff is superb.
Yeah,
like it tastes like Ren Fair to me. Like that's what it. That's all I can describe. So people that know, it tastes like Ren Fair.
I need to taste Ren Fair mead still. I don't know what type it is because I know there's like two types of mead. There's like really rich, like sipping mead that you have to drink slowly, and then there's mead that you just want to guzzle because it's so like refreshing and delicious.
Well, so yeah, you have like your sessions, which are lower content. They're usually around 5.5 to 6.5%. Whereas your standards are going to be like 12 to 14.
Well, because I feel like my mead is a high alcohol content, but it's not super rich, so you can drink it. You can take gulps.
Oh, really?
Too. Yeah, it's like for me anyway. It's like my perfect mead. It's what I wanted to make because when I think of mead, I always think of like Vikings, like drinking out of a horn, like as fast as they can. And like all the mead that I've had, like from Total Wine or whatever, is like rich. Like you can't, if you drink it fast, you won't enjoy it, type of thing, because it's too much flavor. And then I had one at like the Olympia Co-op recently, not recently, like I guess it was 5 months ago now. That was like the first mead I had that was light and refreshing that you could just like guzzle. And I was like, this is the mead that I want. I want this. And so when what
was the content on that one?
It was like 12. It was strong.
Oh, okay.
Maybe it was like 11. Yeah, it was double digits. But
nice.
Yeah, it was just light and airy and refreshing. So, I mean, what do you think, Devin? You think mine is like?
No, I thought it was very crisp. Like I've never had mead before, but when I think of mead, I always thought of it as more of like not like, I know it's not going to be like thick like honey, but I imagine it being just kind of like a thicker type drink or whatever, and just being very rich with flavor, like you were saying.
Yeah.
But yours
like
was
wine.
Just very that's why I thought it was gonna be more like wine almost. And yours felt much more like palatable with like drinking other like ales or beers or something like that. So it was just very crisp and light tasting.
Yeah, that was the goal. That's what I wanted. Because if it was rich, I was like, oh man, this isn't a good recipe.
So you liked the Wild Man the Nectar of the Gods, but you liked the Oak Age one better.
I like the Oak Age one better because it wasn't as rich. The Nectar of the Gods was good, but it was a sipping mead for sure.
It's very sweet. Yes,
very sweet, very rich. But the Oak one was like I could have just drank that whole thing in like 5 gulps. It was like so refreshing.
See, I think you need to try it out of the bottle because it's different. Because at the one in Olympia, they have all their stuff on tap, so it changes the flavor of it.
Yeah. Usually tap is better than
Ooh,
nice.
That's that PBR burp there. I mean, usually, but not for wine. Not for wine. You want to keep that glass bottle. Like we even the other day, me and the waitress down here at the brewery in Raymond, Wild Man, she poured me what was it? Something new that they had. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. It kind of has like almost like a sarsaparilla finish to it. Like, that was interesting.
I love sarsaparilla.
But what happened was they tapped this new beer, but they put it on the line that the root beer was on, even though they flushed it and cleaned it. That root beer has been sitting in there and it tainted the lines. So now you're getting this sarsaparilla at the end of it.
That's hilarious.
So the lines that they have, I mean, it was okay. It was a weird mix because the beer wasn't supposed to be like that kind of sweet. It was like, it was odd. But
wasn't what you expected.
Yeah. But like the ones at Wildman and Olympia, I think you're losing the flavor because of the lines. Because of the plastic.
That makes sense.
I mean, I'd have to try it side by side to really be able to tell, I feel like. Because what I had was delicious.
I don't know. Because like I think the oak barrel aged one is richer than the normal one out of the bottle.
Out of the bottle it is?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'll have
to buy bottles of them and taste it again.
Yeah. I mean, hey, maybe that could be our pregame for the show tomorrow.
Maybe we'll get Wildman to sponsor us and give us some free bottles.
Hey, I've been talking with them, man. You know, we're working on some stuff. Me and the bosses are working on some things. I have an idea for a fun thing we could do, but it'll take 3 of us. So we'll have to see if you make the cut, Devin.
Yeah, this is Devin's a guest right now, but this is his application to join the BBM crew.
Like, that doesn't make anybody nerve-wracking.
I wouldn't say the bar's too high though. Calvin's already got like 7 strikes against him. So
yeah, all the things that I did wrong. I wore open-toed shoes, which was wrong.
Wore flip-flops. No, you don't wear flip-flops in public unless it's like
flip-flops everywhere.
Nope.
No, you can't.
I like to stretch my toes.
Like right now, I wore them into my studio just because I didn't want to put socks on right out of the shower.
Right now, I'm not even wearing pants.
But that's normal for you. You're never wearing pants.
No. Or shoes or socks. That's why I like flip-flops, because it's like, it's easy. My feet can breathe.
I disagree. I never wear flip-flops. I almost never wear, flip-flops are meant for the beach. That's what they were designed for.
He's trying real hard to ace his application, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's like, I don't even own flip-flops. That's what you don't like? I don't have those.
I do. I'm not that type of person. I'm not like you, Calvin, and that's okay. But it's
See, at the
I'm
beach,
wearing pants right now.
At the beach, I don't wear any shoes. I want my feet to be in the sand.
That's fine, but you can wear flip-flops if you'd like shoes.
That's what you
can do.
I feel like that sounds uncomfortable. If you wear flip-flops on the sand, like the sand would get in the flip-flop and like, I don't know.
But it's hot, dry sand, so it falls out.
Yeah.
But you're still stepping over it.
You use the flip-flops to walk inside of the water. Washington, especially down Olympia, the beaches, you can't just walk into the water. There's
I guess there's
needles,
rocks and stuff down there.
Needles. I was thinking barnacles. Yeah, there's probably needles also inside of there.
So
from Aberdeen to Olympia, you just don't walk around barefoot in any lakes or streams.
Yeah. I mean, the Puget sounds pretty nice. There's like a
not the Olympia side of it.
Well, maybe not. I mean, over by where my parents live, over by Harstein, they have a secret little beach that's right next to the bridge.
Secret beach.
I'm probably giving it away right now. No one else go there. Just my family. But it's like right next to the bridge, and you can walk down there, and there's like a nice little spot in the sun with the water, and it's not like nice sand. Like it's not like a beach. It's like pebbles.
Right.
But it's still like an awesome little place to put down a chair and wade in the water and stuff. It's like our little family spot that we go to.
Nice.
Now it's our family spot. All of ours collectively.
You two are invited.
I over like when the pandemic first started, I got like really big into bushcraft because I really like bushcrafting anyways.
Nice.
But I need to do something because I realized
bushcrafting.
Yeah, bushcraft. You know, going out.
Is that like manscaping?
No.
I mean, it is in a sense. You were right. It is manscaping because we are manscaping the land.
Bushcrafting.
That's when you make it look like an evergreen. You know, gotta have a taproot, right?
Yeah.
So I went out bushcrafting, and I went out to just out of town a little bit out of here, and I found this cool little spot, little stream by it. And I started making just my little camp. I made a little lean-to. I made a table. I made like a little fence. I used jute cord to put all this stuff together. I was out there, late night by myself. You could hear the cars every now and then, but it was really cool. It's kind of like a secluded spot. And I did it for about the whole year. I was out there and stuff. But then I hadn't been back over the last year. So like a month ago, I went out there, and somebody went and they covered it, like filled in my fire pit hole, and they knocked over my thing, and they knocked over they left the fence, but they knocked over the table. And I was like, oh man.
Why?
Because they didn't want people living there or whatever.
Like they thought like it was a hobo camp or something?
Yeah, but it was like clean. I had my
go wreck it.
I was so clean. It was so cool. I mean, that's where I chipped my tooth too, that right there.
That's silly. Like if I went into the woods and I found like a pristine lean-to and table and little camp, that would be like, oh, this is amazing. It wouldn't be let's wreck this.
I had some people wander up on me when I was out there, and I carry a pistol with me when I'm out in the woods just because. And so I'm out there and white t-shirt all dirty from carrying things and cutting down trees, and the dog comes running up, and I'm out there crafting my stuff, and these people come kind of look over. I'm like, oh hey, how's it going? I'm like, good. Like, yes, wander around. You just trail over there. I'm just over here making stuff. So, like, okay, thanks.
You're like, I live in a house. I'm here for fun.
Yeah, yep.
I'm normal.
I mean, I wouldn't go that far.
He's a bit quirky. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's out in the woods in a tank top, crafting things out of reeds and sticks.
I carved a spoon. I have a spoon that I carved. It's awesome.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. I even burnt the center of it so I could carve out the char and all that. So there's a place out here. One of our friends, he lives out Smith Creek, and he's got a bunch of acreage. And I want to go follow. He lives right on the creek, so I want to go follow the creek down a bit, like a mile or so out, and make a bushcraft camp out there. He said I just do whatever.
Oh, very cool.
Because it's off his property, so go ahead.
Nice.
So I want to do that hopefully this summer.
Hopefully nobody will take that one down.
Yeah.
Oh, I doubt it. I mean,
no one comes up
maybe animals
there.
I mean, it might be on Weyerhaeuser land, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it could have been animals that knocked that stuff down too.
Mm-mm.
No,
filled in a hole.
Well, the hole they
filled in the fire pit,
but like knocking stuff over, maybe.
No, it was pushed over.
Mm.
Yeah, it was a cool little lean-to. I had like burlap sacks on it that I like wove together with my jute.
Someone
made little needles that I had to thread through.
It wasn't a passive-aggressive bear, Calvin, that knocked everything over.
Man, if you're watching this and you knocked over a random lean-to in the woods, you suck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's somebody's home, man.
Well, at least someone's hobby.
Yeah.
Somebody's feeling really guilty right now.
That's where I had my probably one of my starting of a mental breakdown. That's pretty great.
Yeah.
Oh, a mini one, I guess. A mini breakdown. I was, it was late, had a nice fire going, ate some stew that I made.
Out of random mushrooms you found in the woods?
No, I brought some eggs and a couple potatoes and a couple meatballs with me, and I made a stew. It was pretty good. Yeah. I mean, and then, a 6-pack of Ice House. So
the mental breakdown was not because of the food?
No. It was after I'd already had like four of the beers, at least.
Nice. Midlife crisis?
Not midlife crisis, just more of a talking to myself pretty good, asking questions and answering myself. It was a good mini breakdown.
That's why the people that walked up thought you were crazy, because you were talking to yourself.
Oh no, this is way later. Yeah, I mean maybe they were out there before. Hell is that? Hear
hearing
voices.
voices in the woods. Yeah, that's not a good sign.
Switching subjects real fast. I got my most useless trinket. This.
Oh, the metal back clip.
This is my F-face metal magnetic bread clip.
Yeah, that's useless.
This is stamped steel. You
Wow.
cannot bend that if you tried.
So you're never going to get a bag in there, and if you do, it's going to tear it to pieces.
I did it. You have to get it started, and then you sit there and just like roll it in through the one side, and it slowly builds up in there. Once it's on there, you're good to go. Getting it off there, good luck.
You break the bag. The bag's ripped open.
Yep.
Yeah. I feel like you'd have to like squish the end and push it through like you're threading a needle or something.
Nope, it's too thick. You have to do that thing like where you roll it and then you have to like
when you're trying to fix a seatbelt that got all messed up.
That sounds about right. Actually,
it's more like the action of like how people roll cigarettes, because you're trying to like.
See, I've never done that, so I don't know.
Right, it's the same thing as like rolling. I mean, what else do you roll like that?
Play-Doh?
I think of no, because you're trying to roll it into
burrito?
itself and then
spring roll.
Pull it in. Yeah, like an egg roller, spring roll. You're trying to like pull it into itself.
Like you go over and you pull it, and then you wrap it over itself.
But you continue to pull. Yeah. Do you get that or no?
Nope.
No. Do you understand? No.
I do. Yes.
You do. Okay.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
You start with it flat, and then you slowly roll the flat end up into itself like that.
Regardless, it's a waste of time and energy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It was probably the best $20 I've spent though in a while.
If you take it off, your bag is in shreds.
Funny thing too, I bought 2 of them on accident.
Is it like a prank? Like, is that like?
No.
It's from the, you said from the F-Face podcast, right?
Yeah, it's a Unifarm product. Unifarm.
So that
connecting the farm with the power of one. Unifarm.
It has to be like a prank product if it's from F-Face.
No, they tried. It's something they made to try to.
Who actually uses those? You can't.
I mean, it just came out. It says June 19th on it. It just came out.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's great.
So you've got the first edition of a failed product. Is what?
Yeah, and it's magnetic.
Which also, if it's like this thin, how are you going to get it off your fridge once you stick it on there?
Oh no, dude! It's like as thick as a quarter.
Right. So the quarter is magnetic. How are you going to get off your fridge?
You can. It has a magnet on the back of it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like pressed into it.
Magnet sticks out a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they aren't that. The name of their podcast is,
I thought
weird, but they're not stupid.
I thought you were saying like they just made the whole thing out of magnetic material.
No.
That would be hard to get off the fridge.
That would just be a stamped magnet.
Yeah. Exactly. So we've got some Ask BPM questions and would you rathers and stuff.
Ooh, all right. Let's do it. Let's get into these things.
You ready? All right. So the first one is from Zerp.
Zerp.
He says, what are your opinions on the multiverse theory and how it affects In-N-Out Burger?
Well, I've only had In-N-Out once.
Mm-hmm.
So
I've never had In-N-Out Burger because I have not been to California very many times. I've only been as a child, not as an adult.
It is called In-N-Out though. It's not In-N-Out Burger.
It's not called In-N-Out Burger?
Mm-mm. Nope, it's In-N-Out.
Okay.
They make burgers.
He said In-N-Out Burger in the question. That's a common thing.
Okay. I think it was the Rooster Teeth podcast that covered that a while back.
Yeah.
And they got heated.
People, In-N-Out's like a cult following too.
Mm-hmm. They're good. They're real good.
I mean, I'm sure that they're delicious, but to say that they're the best burger ever made, I feel like you haven't had enough burgers.
No.
Well, I feel like it'd be hard to say anything is the best burger ever made.
I mean, it's fast food, but so it's people have like their very well liked fast food burgers. I mean, Whataburger in Texas area is, I guess it's southwest ish. That's like a cult following too. Mick's Drive-In burgers. I mean, that's a big deal here. I know I remember you guys talking about that.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, the burgers aren't bad, but the fries are AO.
Yeah. But I mean, all of them have their cult followings.
Yeah, they all have followings. I think that if you follow a burger chain that much, like you're that devoted to a specific burger chain, you're narrow-minded, is what I feel like.
Yeah, I can understand that. Like, you like what you like, but you don't have to be like, oh, this is the best, and I only eat this kind of burger.
How about this turkey burger right here?
Oh, see, now that looks pretty delicious. That does look very good.
That felt like the hand coming out of the wall and handing you a plate of food.
She said she didn't want to be on camera, so she just passed it in.
That's okay.
Double patty. It's each 2 quarter-pound patties.
Ooh,
I'm hungry. I told you. But yeah, like I have like favorite burger. Like I love Hervey's burgers. I think their burgers are amazing and relatively reasonably priced. Like they're like $9 to $12 depending on what you get on it, and they're like big, lots of fries. Like I love Hervey's. But to say that they're the best burger chain in the country, I feel like I'm not educated. I haven't been in enough burger places to say that. Like you can't say In-N-Out is the best burger unless you've tried a burger in every state. Like
right. I don't think they're saying what the best burger though.
That's what
the ask question though didn't say anything about the best burger. It's what is the
we're tangenting, honestly.
Yeah, what the multiverse affects it, how it affects it. Like I said, I've only had it once, so
first let's talk about our opinions on the multiverse. Do you think multiverse theory is true or not?
I mean, it's plausible.
Yeah,
I can see how it's plausible
that there are other universes similar to ours, but differentiated by individual decisions.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be cool.
It'd be cool.
It'd be really cool if that was a thing, and you could see how it could possibly be something like that.
I think it's only a thing in fiction. I don't think it's a real thing. Mm-mm.
I agree. I don't think it doesn't have any ground necessarily.
There's no ground to it. Mm-mm.
It does make me feel better to think that there might be another universe where I actually liked In-N-Out Burger. So thinking about it in that way, I'm like, okay, there's one universe out there that I actually thought it was good.
A universe where I got a job as a programmer at 18 because I made better life decisions. Yeah, pretty nice.
Yeah, a universe where I never got sad at all because of my decisions. That sounds nice.
I made only good decisions the whole time. So, hypothetically, if there were multiverses, what multiverses wouldn't have In-N-Out burgers? Like, what decision would have to be made? Like, what if, like...
Well, I mean, if the vegan ran the world, that's kind of...
Vegans... If there was
vegan, the overtaking of vegans.
If America wasn't a democracy and the ruler was a vegan, we wouldn't have In-N-Out.
It'd be the Kale Crusaders.
I like to think if, like, Mexico ended up annexing... There we go. California, then I feel like it never would have existed. And that, that's my thinking as the universe where we wouldn't have.
It would have been in taco. In-N-Out tacos. That's what it would be.
In-N-Out tacos, yeah.
In-N-Out,
which sounds like a much better chain.
In-N-Out tamales.
That's a very accurate sounding chain.
Because they go in and they go out. All right, I think we covered that one pretty well.
Yeah.
Next one is from Hot Coffee.
Coffee.
What is your opinion on how the color of the light in a room affects how things taste?
True. To be simple, I can see that, like, the lighting of the room does affect.
Do you have an example?
Well, I mean, you look at especially like fancy restaurants. Your lighting is usually dimmer.
Sure.
So, and over your table is or over your table is like it's lit just enough to where you are lit within that little circle or table or whatever it is. But then you also have your different accents, which like you have behind you is your red. So that changes it because red you think of, or it brings out the different like colors and stuff in the food, whatever you're eating. If you have more of a red light, your stuff's going to be darker. So you'll be more vibrant in those colors. But you have like a yellow, then those different accents will color. The greens will stick out and things like that.
So that would be how it looks, but how will that affect how it tastes? How does the color of the food affect the taste of the food?
If something looks like say you had like a perfectly cooked medium rare steak.
Sure.
Okay. And you had like a normal light like this one, and then the red like yours, and then a blue light. Or a daylight LED, say that, because those are kind of blue.
Sunshine. You're eating outside.
No, because I'm saying this is like artificial light.
Artificial light only.
Artificial light, yeah. Because if you're going to be eating like you're in a restaurant usually. So with your like normal light, it looks good. Like you can tell that the steak is cooked the way it is, and it's appetizing, especially if it's done right.
Mm-hmm.
With the red light, it accentuates more of those deeper colors in there. So then you're going to notice more of the juices in, I think.
Do you think subconsciously the food tastes better if you can see that it's cooked well?
Yeah. So you see, like, you notice, like, oh, this is a good one. But then with the red light, you see, like, oh, like, this is extremely good. Like, look at that pink on that. You can see the deeper colors in it. Then you have a bluer light, and that dulls everything. And now what looks like a good, a medium rare, perfectly medium rare cooked steak looks just more of kind of like a grayish done piece of meat.
I don't know. I don't think that what I see affects how the food tastes personally, because like I've had steak that doesn't look like it's cooked very well, and then I take a bite and it's tender and delicious, and I'm surprised by how good it is because it doesn't look like it's medium rare. Like it looks like it's too cooked, but it tastes good still.
But I think I can also understand what Mick is saying, though, like, because even especially in a dimly lit restaurant or whatever, because it sets a bit more of the ambiance, like, to the experience. So already it might even be like a pre-mood of the lighting that ends up affecting the way that it tastes. So anything will taste better with you already kind of being in that mode,
I can see where you guys are coming from because subconsciously our brain does a lot of things to our senses. I just personally don't feel like I've experienced any difference in taste based off what I see. I feel like it's all entirely smell and like olfactory and taste senses. That's it.
Well, maybe even is when you're outside and it's a really sunny day, are there certain, like, for me at least, there's certain types of drinks like that will not taste good to me outside in the sun. Like the whiskey I'm drinking right now, if it was like this weekend, it would have felt gross. Like I might have like thrown up just tasting it because it would not have felt good at all. But like a nice ice cold beer or something would have tasted a lot better, or even just like a lighter seltzer. Yeah, something.
That's more because of temperature than color.
Right? I don't know. I would say light even like.
Well, so like
that's light though. That's because light gives a different.
But say versus like a sunny day and a cloudy day, if they're both 100 degrees, you're not going to want a hot drink regardless.
Well, not a hot drink. I'm not saying that. I'm saying like just a really bright sunny day. Yeah. I do not want to. At least this is for me. I do not want to drink whiskey. Sure. Like a glass of whiskey on a bright sunny day.
But outside. If it was overcast but the same temperature, then you would drink whiskey?
I'd be more inclined. I feel like. That would sound more appealing to me, at least.
I don't know. That's a hard. I feel like it's hard to quantify, really, because we're just talking about our personal experiences, but there's not really a way to.
I mean, that was the question, though. What was our
What's your opinion about it? Yeah. So I guess we got 2 for a yes, it affects the taste,
and
1 for you're silly.
And I cooked for quite a few years too, so like even just the lighting in the kitchen affects how you think about it and everything too, because I could see something and like, man, that looks delicious, and then try it and be like, well, that really isn't, because let's see, it doesn't work.
I'm in a red room. Let's see how this burger tastes.
That was a big bite. That was a really big bite.
That's really went for it.
Oh yeah,
awesome. That's a good burger.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, we have to watch Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe. I need to watch that so much.
I've never seen Beavis and Butthead ever, like any bit
of it.
I know. I'm sorry.
Oh man. Well, I mean, again, you guys are both younger than me, so
true.
I mean, I've seen Beavis and Butthead Take on America, or whatever it's called. I've seen that.
Do America.
Do America. It's
Come
been like
on.
a while since I've seen it, but I've seen it.
I actually watched it not too long
Strike 10,
ago.
Calvin.
Yeah. 75.
Yeah, I've at least seen that.
I'm excited for it. I mean, it just came out. Yeah, just came out. I want to see it really bad, and it's There's something about Beavis and Butthead of the stupidity and just the stupid, real stupid jokes, and just their immaturity. I think that's what it is.
They talk funny.
Yeah. I remember I used to have my nice. That was a nice crack.
Yeah, it was.
It's Rainier too.
Oh, yeah.
I could totally tell. I used to have my answering machine on my phone. I recorded myself as Beavis and Butthead, and it was so spot on. My mother hated it and made me change it because it was a work phone.
That's amazing.
Yep. Oh, it was so good though too.
Yeah, since my wife had COVID for like 12, 13 days, we weren't able to watch anything together. So I've been saving a whole bunch of things to watch until I can watch something with her again. So nice. we've got the Halo series on Paramount Plus. We have to watch. The new Sing movie came out. She loved the last one. So
new one's really good.
Yeah, gonna watch that. Yeah, just so many movies and shows and stuff we gotta catch up on now. Now we gotta watch Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah, I know. That we have to do that.
Well,
it's funny. It's funny that you and your wife watch things a lot together too. Do you do that too, Devin?
Yeah. No, we pretty much watch most things together. There's only a few that are like just me stuff because she has no interest in it.
Yeah, my wife's not into anime at all.
Yeah.
Really. Okay.
Like there's maybe one or two animes that she likes. So she liked One Punch, and she liked
that one so much.
She liked Rising of the Shield Hero.
I haven't seen that one.
So we watched those two together. But most anime I just watch on my PC. But if we're gonna watch a movie or like a regular TV show, we're out on the couch, we eat dinner on our little TV trays, and we watch TV together.
Yeah, anything animated, my wife's not into at all.
Not even like Disney,
like
Disney animated
movies, but like anything like adult animation or whatever, like adult
Rick and Morty,
Burgers, Rick and
Morty,
sure,
BoJack Horseman, any of that.
There was a really good adult themed Viking animated TV show on Amazon. I can't remember what it was called.
Was there?
It was amazing. It was based off of a really popular graphic novel. I can't think of what it's called. I'll have to look it up. I'll text it to you later. It was really
Invincible was really good.
Yes, Invincible was amazing.
And they're gonna have season 2.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very much true to the comics.
Yeah, very much not for children, but
no,
amazing animation.
It's really funny listening to people's stories. Like, yeah, we started this cartoon, and I'm like, oh god,
yeah,
my 5-year-old was in the room.
It starts off like Teen Titans, basically. like definitely child. Like the first couple episodes are okay, and then it's like, oh no, this is if superheroes were real. Got it.
The first episode ends very dark.
Yeah.
Have you seen it, Evan?
I haven't seen it at all.
Oh,
no.
It's on Amazon.
Okay.
So it came out around the same time as The Boys.
Gotcha. Okay.
I need to watch that still too.
It's
Well, there's another one too. There was like, what was it like? This was a live action superhero one, but like off-brand superheroes again.
Oh, yeah, that's DC. That's Doom Patrol.
No, well, maybe
Umbrella Academy.
I'll have to look it up.
Oh, I've heard the Umbrella Academy is really good. I haven't watched that one yet, but
we've watched everything but the newest season. That was very good.
Yeah,
we watched that one. Yeah, that was a pretty choice one.
Patrol.
Amazon. We don't have Amazon, so I haven't watched. I feel really left out of this.
Okay. Well, so The Boys I would not recommend.
No.
Yeah,
I would not recommend it. No. I mean, it does show that very dark, gritty side of superheroes, and it has Carl Urban, and Carl Urban is amazing.
You said it was called The Boys?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. With
that one,
the bad guy's called the Homelander.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty graphic.
Is it graphic? Okay.
Oh, very. Yeah.
I haven't seen it, but I keep seeing memes about it, and I wanted to see what it was about.
It's pretty gory. Yeah, a lot of C's are thrown around because Carl Urban.
Okay.
Wasn't there another live action like superhero one that came out? I feel like within the last couple of years. I don't remember if anything else was done.
There's been a couple. I saw them on Netflix.
Yeah, I remember there being something else on Netflix.
Random superhero shows that are like more adult themed.
Do you guys remember Heroes?
Love Heroes. I still love Heroes.
That's such a good show, man.
Mm-hmm. That was one of the ones that I actually like pre-ordered the seasons.
Oh, really? Okay.
That's how old I am. I pre-ordered the seasons of DVDs, man.
I think we still have some Heroes DVDs floating around somewhere.
It was really good, but I was disappointed with how it ended.
Did it end good?
It was good. It was non-climactic. There you go.
I remember the show going downhill, like in terms of, like, at least for me, it just felt like it went downhill after like pretty quickly. Honestly, like first season, great. Second season, good, and then kind of like never really reached that high again.
Third was like, all right, and it's like, okay, we're gonna wrap everything up in the last. I think it was 5.
I think it was 5.
Yeah, they wrapped it up in the last 2. It was kind of like,
felt like a forced wrap up, not necessarily like the direction that any of them wanted to go. Really,
yeah, they could have done a whole lot more with it, but I felt like they just kind of like were trying to follow those one characters, and that's it.
Did you guys ever watch Smallville?
Bobby just finished that again the other day.
Again?
The whole thing. When he finally learns how to fly.
Evan, did you say that you hadn't?
I've never seen that one. No.
Really?
It's a really, really good. It was like small. There's my parents had 3 TV shows that we watched like as a family. Like we'd like get together like on Wednesday nights and we'd watch them as they came out.
Wow. Okay.
It was Chuck was one of them.
Okay.
That was a good one that got canceled.
Pushing Daisies.
Another good one that got canceled.
And Smallville.
Smallville was good.
Those were our 3 shows that we watched like as they came out.
Nice.
So we've like Smallville is like my childhood.
Gotcha.
I love it. I definitely recommend it. I mean, it gives you like a whole different view on Superman. Like because like most people just know Superman is like as when he's already an adult and already established and already like invincible, basically. Like he's kind of a lot of people don't like Superman because he's too invincible. Like he is the only weakness is a green rock. And
I resonate with that.
He's like the good guy that always does the right thing. And Smallville kind of explores more of like his origin and like how he became who he is and stuff.
Gotcha.
But it is CW.
Yeah, it's CW. So it's kind of framed as like
that drops at about 3 steps.
It's framed as like it starts at like a high school drama TV show and then it turns into Superman.
I think that's what maybe always kind of, I mean, because I remember like a lot of people watching it and I feel like that's what always kind of held me back a little bit of just it being more of a
it's a teen soap opera
drama. Yeah,
that's what it is. Yeah,
I loved it.
It's good. It's good. It's cheesy, but
yeah,
you know what you can do.
I know. Like my mom also loved like Gilmore Girls. And
see, now that actually is really
Grey's
good
Anatomy.
Because that has some cool like Gilmore Girls is interesting because of how fast they talk. That was actually wrote like that of like really fast, just back and forth. So they can get all of their script in and like get all these stories out, and it's pretty good. Like
if I want to listen to fast talking, I'll just watch Letterkenny.
Oh, I love Letterkenny so much.
There's a new season that I haven't seen yet. I need to watch that.
There's also a new show called Shoresy.
I did see an ad for that actually, and it has because you always knew in Letterkenny Shoresy was played by the main guy, right?
Oh, yeah,
his voice. But then they never showed his face.
Yeah,
in the main show, they showed the back of him, and you hear him, you see his naked butt, but you never saw his face. But in Shoresy, I saw the ad for it, and it's actually the main guy from Letterkenny with like a tooth missing.
Oh, really?
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they finally showed Shoresy's face in the Shoresy show.
Is that right, Riley and Jones?
It's hilarious. I saw the ad for it, and I was already dying laughing.
Alexander has to be probably my favorite on that series.
Yeah,
he's the janitor. He was in the very first episode, and he was in
Daryl.
one. Oh, Daryl's great too, though.
Mm-hmm.
I need to keep watching that show. Calvin showed me. We watched a couple episodes together, and I never kept going with it. But I need to keep going with that one.
It's
episode Canadian 1 comedy. It's great.
The episode 1 cold open is my favorite cold open of any TV show ever.
Yep.
It's like the best thing.
Their cold opens are amazing.
Yeah.
So you're out talking with your buddies the other day.
Yep. I need to watch that show again. I watched that show, most of it in the work van in between jobs. Before COVID, I would ride with my journeyman.
Mm-hmm.
And so he loved Letterkenny, and so he would take his phone and put it in the center console and play Letterkenny on Hulu while we're driving between jobs. So I watched like the whole first couple seasons in the van, driving to Bellingham.
Nice.
It was amazing.
Now, me and Bobby just started. Apparently, we hadn't watched season 3 of Stranger Things, so we're watching that now. We just started that, so we can finish it up.
We haven't seen 3 or 4. We saw the first 2, and
they're good.
I don't know if we're gonna watch them because we kind of got burned out.
It's good. It's good. Like if you haven't watched it in a while, it's good.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, Jasmine actually wants me to wake her up in an hour and a half. Just so we can end up watching season 4, part 2 of Stranger Things. So it's a little bit of dedication that we have going on over here.
Nice.
Yeah, I like the first season, and the second season I got kind of bored with. So like I'm finding it hard to find the drive to turn it on again and watch season 3.
It ramps up in 3.
Yeah.
Third season picks really back up.
It kind of turns a bit darker in season 3. Yeah.
I keep seeing like ads and previews about it, so I know there's like an evil thing that can actually talk instead of just a demigorgon. That roars.
Right.
There's like a sinister being.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I don't know. I'll have to see what Jennifer wants to do about it.
So with like my original point with watching TV, like you guys watching with your wives, me and Bobby do that sometimes, but I'm really bad at like, I don't want to watch this tonight. Mm-hmm. So we start something and then we just don't, and she wants to continue. I'm like, I don't feel like it. So when Bobby was pregnant, we've been watching Battlestar Galactica, and I got her into that. I'm like, I want to watch this show. I watched all of it, and I didn't get the last 2 seasons, so I started over again with her. And we were watching it all. It was really good. And we got to the last 2 episodes, and we live in a little apartment behind my aunt and uncle's house, and they had a hot tub attached to the back of the apartment. And I had some friends come over because they were coming into town. And they were doing something. So like, oh, hey, let's go sit in the hot tub. So we went out and we had some fun and drinking some scotch and stuff like that in the hot tub. That was one of the fun times of, I had 3 fingers of scotch in a glass because they had already been out there for a little while. And my one friend asked what I had. Like, oh, scotch. She's like, oh, I never had that. Go ahead and take a sip. So he just went. And threw like 3 fingers of scotch.
Oh, no.
After having like 3 or 4 mics.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Long story with that, he ended up not feeling great later that evening.
Why would you shoot scotch?
Because he'd already had 3 or 4 mics.
Mics aren't even that strong.
Lightweight.
I guess.
Very lightweight, dude.
That's ridiculous. Like, who would ever, like, if someone ever shoots scotch or whiskey, I question their sanity.
I mean, whiskey's fine to shoot. I shoot whiskey all the time.
I don't shoot whiskey.
Mm-mm. Oh, you don't? Okay, next, we're going to shoot whiskey tomorrow. Oh, yeah, we're going to take a shower with me.
Hold on. I might just come just to do this, just shoot whiskey. Like, that's...
Yeah, we're going to do some shots.
I've never shot whiskey. I've shot vodka and tequila.
You never shot whiskey?
That's it.
Really? We've never done that?
Every whiskey I've had has been a sipping whiskey or a mixing whiskey.
Well,
there's never been a whiskey.
Then we're doing a shot tomorrow.
No, I would just mix it. I would take 4 shots and mix it with a Coke.
Right, but before you do, you don't have to do 4 shots. You just take 1, and take a sip of something, and then you go to your 4-shot drink.
It's called
chasing. You do a chaser? Yeah, I've never done anything that requires a chaser.
Have you had a pickleback?
No, I don't know what that is.
They're pretty good.
They're pretty good.
Now, have you ever had a cement mixer, Devin?
Pickle juice?
No, but I heard about that on the other episode.
A cement mixer?
Cement mixer, yes. Delicious. But texture's disgusting.
Yeah.
But that probably was one of my favorite experiences with it. Probably the best experience you could ever have with the cement mixer.
Yeah, the curdling really
I would try
it. Sets me off.
Because I like tapioca.
Oh, so do you like cottage cheese?
I mean, I don't like the taste.
No.
I don't mind.
You don't mind the texture.
No, it's like tapioca. It's like
those are two different things.
It's a gelatin. It's like a cream with bumps in it.
But it's different though, because it's taken me I'm 33 now, and I still can't hardly do cottage cheese. I ate some the other day because I'm like, I should eat something and it's healthy, and I had to. It still was not great.
I don't eat cottage cheese because the flavor isn't.
I'm feeling sick just thinking about
that. Yeah, it's not. It's not great.
Like when your milk curdles, right?
Yeah.
I don't mind the texture. It's because it tastes like sour milk.
Wait, what? You don't mind the texture because it tastes like sour milk?
No. I don't mind the texture. I don't drink it because it tastes like sour milk. It tastes
gross. I see.
Like it's not that the texture.
So if you couldn't taste it, you would drink it just fine. Is what you're telling me.
Spoiled milk.
If you had COVID, you could just drink. You could just down that.
Oh yeah.
God.
Spoiled milk isn't bad for you. It's not like other food, like when it spoils, it gives mold and is like unhealthy.
What is this turned into? This is disgusting.
Spoiled milk is not bad for you.
But that doesn't mean that you have to drink it.
But you could. I've poured it into cereal before, right? It ruined my bowl of cereal because it was spoiled milk. No, I didn't eat it. I didn't eat it. No.
Okay.
I didn't eat it. I'm saying it ruined my bowl of cereal.
Like 7 strikes if you were saying, you just downed it.
No.
It was fine.
I don't like the flavor, is what I'm telling you.
He waits for his milk to spoil before he makes cereal.
No, like sometimes the bottom of the carton spoils. You didn't use it fast enough. So I've poured a bowl of cereal before, and the milk looks normal when I pour it, and then I take a bite and it's spoiled, and I'm like, gross, ruined my cereal. I don't mind the texture. It's the flavor I don't like.
The texture is the worst part. I feel like, honestly.
I can deal with the flavor of cottage cheese. It's.
I don't like the flavor of cottage cheese.
That spongy yet hard, it crunches teeth.
It's not like boba. Like I can do boba and I can do gelatin.
So much different than that.
But
boba is like tapioca,
and tapioca is different. It's got a different texture to it.
They're gel versus the curd. The curd is something.
It kind of dries as you smush it with your tongue.
Sounds tasty.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
No, I don't like the flavor of it though. That's why I don't eat it. But theoretically, if you couldn't taste.
But if you like the flavor of sour milk, you'd just be down in it.
I would have no problem if I enjoyed the flavor of sour milk.
Gross. Yeah. Oh man, that's so disgusting.
We've got that far.
For you guys, it's just the texture, apparently.
That's the biggest thing. That's the front and foremost thing.
If you couldn't taste it, you still couldn't eat it.
I mean, I could eat it, but it's not.
Devin says no.
No.
Although Devin gets sick if other people gag. Also, so
that's a whole thing.
Or if we just talk about vomit, he starts gagging.
No, I don't understand the parameters necessarily. It's very specific. I don't know what it is exactly, but it is specific.
I got some good stories for you then.
No. It's not going to be fun for any of us. This will not be good audio quality.
I think it'd be great for the listeners because retching in the background.
All right, let's go to the next question.
Yeah.
Actually, we're getting real close to time too.
Are we at time?
We're just about. We got about 10 more minutes.
Okay, we could probably go over this question in 10 minutes.
Let's do one more.
So this question is from Devin.
Oh.
He says, discuss collectively your definitive list of games to play that are critical. Like not your favorite games, but like a video game required reading list.
What games? Glad I get to be here for this.
What games are required reading?
That's a pretty good one. Sorry, I'm like really far away from my microphone. That's not going to pick up great. That's a really good one because I started back in NES, so
you probably have a really wide range to pull from. So
for me, I think it would be like Super Mario 64.
Mm-hmm. That is a good one. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Probably Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, that one definitely. I would say Link to the Past as well.
Yeah,
that's Link to the Past was an amazing game on the SNES.
Is that the one that got remade?
Yeah,
I would put the remake instead of the original, personally.
Well, I've played the new one. I stick with the original.
You used to play the new one. It'll blow your mind.
I'm sure it's good. I'm sure it's really good. But there's something about that one and the things you have to do in it, and like finding the mirror that can take you from the light to the dark world, and like going through all those different steps without any information or tool tips or helps that you get nowadays.
Well, that's all. Like, there's no tool tips in the new one either. It's literally like they took the game and improved the graphics. That's it. And the sound.
I'll have to try it then, because like that one, even with the crappy graphics, is amazing.
Yeah. I think maybe Skyrim.
Skyrim was like one that I felt like was on the list.
I feel like that's a basic bro answer, honestly.
But I mean,
it's amazing. It's an amazing game with hours of replayability. But I feel like it's like, oh, what game do you like? I like Skyrim. Like it's.
Well, I think about it in the term, like I guess when I asked the question, I framed it on like, what games really had a large impact on gaming industry or games going past it, and like Skyrim was a pretty big moment in terms of gaming.
It redefined open world RPGs.
Mario 64, like that's a pretty pinnacle moment in terms of gaming. Halo Combat Evolved. Pretty pinnacle moment in terms of gaming. We had shooters before that, but it was like that was a Halo big moment.
The shooter. Mario 64 was the 3D platformer. I mean, I don't know what Zelda would be like. What would Ocarina of Time be like if it was one thing?
RPG,
like the RPG.
I mean, besides like Final Fantasy, but
I feel like Final Fantasy would have been more.
That would probably be more.
That'd be a JRPG technically.
Yeah, that'd be a.
Yeah, I think that'd be JRPG. So I think it would be more of the. No, maybe it wouldn't. I mean, it's not really.
It's not
really role playing. It's more
action adventure.
I mean, it's open world. It's probably like one of the first open world besides.
It's very linear. Ocarina of Time is very linear. You can't access areas until you get a specific item.
So I've never played Ocarina of Time, but from what I do know about it, it does seem like it is on that list though
of open world.
No, just of like an important
game. Yes, important game, not open world. The only no Zelda game has been open world except for Breath of the Wild. Every other Zelda game has been linear. You might be in a world.
It's not super linear though. It's not like you have to.
It is. You have to go to each place in order to access the next place. Every single Zelda game has an order you do the dungeons in.
Right, but that's like the main quest things. But you mean it's open world in the fact of like you don't just have to go from here to here to here to here to here. You can go from here to here, but there's also like a couple things you can do in that area before you have to go to the main quest.
Sure, it has
that don't affect it.
It has side quests and open areas, but unless you can go to any point in the story at any time, it's not an open world game. That's the thing. Like in Breath of the Wild, you could go straight to Ganon while you're naked with a stick.
Yeah,
and that does not exist in any other Zelda game. You have to beat every dungeon.
I don't think that necessarily implies that it's not open world, though. I mean,
no,
that's what the genre is. That's what if you have to follow a linear path of progression, it's not open world.
See, I feel like more like linear like that. Like you're thinking, though, would be more like Champions of Norath, where you have. Or Diablo, where you have a path you're following. You can't go anywhere else. You have different areas you can access, but you have to go these certain paths.
You have to do that in Zelda. You have to go to specific dungeons, and you have to go to the Forest Temple first. Otherwise, you can't go to any other temple. If you have to go to the one temple first, it's a linear game. You can't just come out of the Korok Forest and go to the Fire Mountain. You have to go do all the different quest flags to progress the game.
For the time, though, that's if you're comparing this one, like you have to think of what other games in this time that were that way. Like you had Mario 64, Zelda. What was one of the other ones? There was
Mario 64 was more of an open world than Ocarina of Time was.
Okay,
but neither of them are considered open world games. Neither of them are. Just because if you have to section off parts of the game, it's not open world anymore. That's it. That's the qualifier.
Well, I mean, there are even open world ones that section off parts of the game until you get to it. Why did my camera do that? Stop it. Well, there's some stuff in Skyrim that you can't access until you do certain things.
No,
I mean, isn't Mass Effect similar to open world?
You can go anywhere in Skyrim you want as soon as you spawn. You might not, but you can't progress specific quests, maybe because you have to wait for a thing. But you can go anywhere you want.
Right.
You could travel to any point on the map. That's why the alternate start mod can even exist, because you could spawn in the middle of the forest naked and still go do any quest you want. You don't have to follow a linear quest line. In Zelda, you have to follow a linear quest line. You can't go to the Zora domain first. You can't go there. It's not just. I mean,
so you can say the same thing then with Mario 64 then too, because you can go around, but you can't do anything unless you start that main quest.
It's not an open world because you have to go bomb on Battlefield first.
But with all the games around that time, they are the most open world. Like the start of that, hey, I came into this area and I can go anywhere.
I wonder what
in this whole big area.
I wonder what the first technically open world game was. Like what was the first one? I don't know. Because the first one that I think I've played was probably Skyrim. But that was definitely not the first one.
I mean, say Morrowind. Actually, probably even before that. Probably like the first Elder Scrolls. Or not the first one, because the first one was like a dungeon. That was more linear. Probably
like
the second.
Daggerfall was that 2?
Probably Daggerfall, yeah.
Daggerfall might have been the first open world game.
What year was Daggerfall? That was
I have it over there somewhere.
Do you? Oh, wow.
I do.
Yeah,
book and disc.
An actual
book and disc, and which you have to have that book because exit the first dungeon. It says on page this, line this. What does it say are the components of this potion?
It was 1996.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I was gonna say 90s.
Yeah,
late 90s.
It's good too. Like has mouse direction for hitting.
The first open world game was called Jet Rocket, released by Sega in 1970.
Whoa.
Yep. Apparently, according to the Open World Games wiki. I have no idea what it's about. It looks like you drive a car, but that was the first open world game where you could go anywhere you wanted.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's a very specific genre. If there's any area, not just content, because like there's quests. Obviously, quests have to be progressed in a certain way. But if there's an area of the map you can't get to until you do something, it's the world. Because realistically, in open world, you'll be able to go anywhere you want.
Then you could say GTA is an open world either. Then you can access your island, but you can't go past that spot until you progress the story.
Like
so that's even GTA 3.
GTA 3.
You're on this spot until you progress past a certain amount of missions. You cannot exit that part of your area, and then you go to the next island.
Like, is it like a tutorial? Because like Breath of the Wild has a tutorial.
No, it's not a tutorial.
The first 4 shrines before you can leave the plateau.
Even Assassin's Creed is like that. You could say that's open world, but you cannot access certain spots until you progress the missions.
The newer like Origins and Valhalla, I would say are open world because I mean, even though like if you go to the area, you'll die because you're level 3 and they're level 70, but you could run there if you wanted to.
I got a bone to pick with that. Why did they switch everything to levels and all that crap? Because it's not how it was in the first game. Didn't matter what level didn't have a level. If you got the drop on the dude, you got him. You don't have to it did nothing.
It took skill based away from it completely.
Yeah, that's like we were saying the other day about Far Cry. They took all the things away that made it fun and immersive. I
think that they definitely changed the way that the game works, but I don't think I love it. Like Valhalla is my favorite Assassin's Creed game ever. And I've played all of them.
See, I really like the Ezio story. Those ones were good. Mainly because they got rid of the flags
Mm-hmm.
from 1 and 2. Ugh.
I see most people talk about Ezio being their favorite because of the story.
Story's real good.
Mm-hmm. And then Black Flag because of the exploration.
That one was good too.
Black Flag was the last one for me that really like hit a sweet spot. Yeah. After Black Flag, they just kind of all felt a bit more generic. And I get that they're not generic, but like it felt like an end of an era almost for the way that the games were going so far.
Well, there were a couple flops, like the one that had 2 people. What was that one called? That had
when you were in London?
Syndicate.
Syndicate sucked.
That was after Black Flag, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Unity, the story sucked. The only good thing about Unity was that it was multiplayer. Mm-hmm. That was the only redeeming quality of the entire game, was that you could run around the city with your friends. That was it. So like they had a couple of games that were kind of not good at all, and then when they released Origins, which was in Egypt, took the game in a whole new direction, which I loved. Like it still had assassinations and everything, but it also added RPG elements instead of just like insta-kill everything all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And then from Origins, there was Odyssey, which took everything I loved about Origins, improved upon it, took out the garbage stuff. Like in Origins, if you got a shield, you were invincible to everything. You could hide behind your shield the entire game.
Oh, really?
And just wreck people. In Odyssey, it took the shield away. You can't use a shield in Odyssey. So, like, as they progressed through the newer vein of Assassin's Creed games, they kept improving upon the way the game worked. And personally, I feel like Valhalla is the penultimate Assassin's Creed game. But it's definitely a departure from like 1 through 4.
Right.
Like the OG Assassin's Creed for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's where I stopped, was the Ezio stuff, because it changed. And I mean, even Black Flag was good. I did like that because I still kept a lot of that stuff in there, and there was a lot of exploration, which was nice, but I never did finish that one. Nope. Even though it was good. It was real good, but
I never finished it just because how huge it was.
Yeah, that was my biggest thing.
Like I played a lot of it. But it was like every island had things to find, and there's like 1,000 islands.
Yeah, like that's one I would like to play through again. Or just go like run through the story.
Yeah,
just because.
Just to see what it do.
Yeah, but like the way everything's changing, they're making everything too easy and user friendly now.
Well, I mean, it's Valhalla is not easy by any means.
Yeah,
Jennifer got wrecked multiple times. But I feel like if you look at it without expecting Assassin's Creed 3 or 2, right? Like if you look at it as its own game instead of comparing it to old Assassin's Creed games, it's an amazing game. Like I feel like if someone were to come into the series now and play Valhalla, they would love it. It'd be amazing because they don't have the expectations of the older games. Personally, I super enjoyed it. I need to play it still because there's still DLC I haven't finished yet. But yeah, I don't know. It's definitely different.
Did you guys ever play Syndicate? Not Assassin's Creed.
Oh,
that sounds really familiar.
It was a first-person game from 2012.
I had to Google it.
Yeah.
It was a lot of like parkour, like sliding over things and stuff like that.
Was it kind of?
I've never played this in my life.
It probably was one of the best.
It looks like knockoff Crisis.
Oh no, dude! It has probably one of the best like crowd interactions and stuff.
First person shooter.
It's Cyberpunk, but it's like if you slide up on somebody and like hit them, you don't just like you like whack them and like you act. The players interact with whatever you're doing. It's not just like slide shoot. Like and sliding across things or whacking into things and things like that. It's so good. It's a very underrated game. What was that?
Like there's more physics involved than just like COD.
Yeah, that one was really good because it's kind of around the same time as Bulletstorm, I think.
Did you play Mirror's Edge?
Yeah, that one was good too.
Yeah,
never played the second one, but I liked the first one.
I got the second one for free. I never opened it.
No.
Yeah, the first one, when I played the first one, I actually never was able to finish it because the PC that I played on couldn't handle a specific level.
Oh,
really?
There was a level where you were in a building and all the windows broke at the same time, and that was like a million glass particles. That my PC just froze and would not play that level, so I could never progress the story.
Then it's time to upgrade the video card.
It was an old Mac, so
ugh.
there was no upgrading.
I'm not a Mac guy.
I was born a Mac guy.
I was forced to be Mac guy in school, but
nope,
not a Mac guy.
Yeah, like I was talking about, my parents are Honda people.
Mm-hmm.
They're also Apple people.
Yeah.
So they still have Apple computers. Honestly, the only reason that there's two reasons why I don't have an Apple. One of them is the price.
Mm-hmm.
I built this whole PC for $1,000.
Nice.
Where if I wanted an Apple that would do this, it would be $4,000.
Right.
Secondly, people don't make games for Apple computers. If you go on Steam and filter by games that run on Apple, you'll have like a couple pages.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a gamer, so I have to get a Windows.
Yep.
And it's interesting because they're like, it feels like even right now they're just starting to like think, oh, hey, maybe we should start trying to make our systems a bit more like friendly for this environment. Because before it was never the case. They never cared about that at all. It was all about just user friendly. Yeah. Yep.
They were great. They're always great for photographers and videographers and artists.
Anything productivity.
It was the artist computer. Yeah, like when I took my DigiPen class in high school, it was all Macs, and they all used like it was all Photoshop and like Apple products for editing videos and stuff.
They're great for that.
Yeah, they're amazing. They're created for that. Mm-hmm. But the newer Apple Towers actually do have good gaming capabilities if people would actually make games for them.
Right. Otherwise, you have to get like an emulator or something.
Yeah, you have to run like
third party whatever it is. Yeah.
Yeah. There was a website that I went on a lot when I was a kid called like Mac Shareware or something. There was free games that you could play for like a trial period. And that's where I discovered a couple games that I love still today, like Eevee, the Escape Velocity series. It still holds a special place in my heart from those days, but most games were
No, we grew up kind of a Mac family more, or Apple-ish, even though we had Windows computers, but it was everything else.
Yeah.
Once iPhone started coming out, it was everything Apple.
Yeah.
My dad's straight Apple Mac products.
But. Yeah, I think our first PC was a Windows.
Yeah.
I remember playing Microsoft Golf and Chips Challenge on it.
Worms.
I never had Worms on it.
Oh, I love Worms.
First Worms I played was on the N64. It was Worms World Party, I think, which was an amazing game.
I mean, it's good, but I mean, nothing like the original Worms, because Worms was probably one of the best games.
I mean, I have Worms games on my Steam. We could play Worms.
Ooh, yeah, that'd be fun.
That'd be real fun.
Could do some Worms.
Yep. Yeah,
I did.
The Worms game I have called.
Oh, what was it? I remember the one time that playing on the PC
Worms
saved me. Oh yeah, Worms Mass Destruction. Playing on the PC saved me from getting in trouble one time. I don't think I've told this on the podcast. Yeah.
WMD is 80% off right now if you guys don't have it.
Oh yeah, is it like $2?
It's only $6 instead of $30.
I believe I have it, but if I don't, I will pick it up again.
Yeah.
I think I do.
You can get
I have a couple.
You can get every single Worms game, 33 games for $34.
$34. Wow. Oh, that's pretty awesome.
Every single Worms game on Steam.
Now, is it cross-platform?
Worms WMD is Windows and Mac, I believe.
Oh, just Windows Mac. I was like,
well, let me see. What does it say?
If it's cross-platform, I have it for PC or for PlayStation as well.
I think I have it for Xbox. So
nice.
I'd have to Google if it was cross-platform. Let me Google it. I know that I've played it with a bunch of people before, but I don't know if they were on console or not.
This is a lot of me just cleaning some stuff because I spilled my beer. Stupidly. I did have something weird happen the other day. My keyboard, half of it went out.
What half?
My
the typing half.
yeah, my main moving side, left side.
Got it.
From like T, F, and V, that to the left did not
Okay.
work.
Wow.
Yeah, I was like, what? It just stopped, and it was working just fine just before that.
So WMD is only cross PC platform, not cross
Yeah.
Okay.
console platform.
All right, that
So
works.
you'd have to get it on Steam if we were to play.
If I don't have it, I will buy it because
It's only $6. Like that's way better than 30, and we could definitely play Worms a lot.
Yeah, and hey, if you want to join our Discord server, do it.
Yeah,
and battle us.
we have a
Play.
Discord server. It'll be in the description. We also have a Patreon for special things if you want to join us. If you want to join us in gaming, listen to our episodes live. You can be in this Discord call but muted and listen to us live. Or if you want to advertise something, we have advertisement spots both at the beginning and the middle of our podcasts.
And now here's something special for all you bimps out there.
Don't call them bimps. Bimps isn't a good one.
BMPS.
I don't like it.
Bimps.
I don't like it. They're pop tops.
No, that doesn't flow off the tongue.
It flows
Pop
perfectly.
tops. No, it doesn't.
I know I'm not part of the podcast yet, but if I were to cast a vote, I gotta
Don't say
say
it.
Don't sells me. I heard it I heard it just this week, and I was like, Bimps is way better than Pop Tops. I'm sorry.
Strike stricken from your record.
Yes.
Bimps doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah,
better than Pop Tops, that's for sure.
Beers per minute squad.
What?
BMPS. Bimps. It's
He didn't even have that on Wednesday, but now he has that, so it's way better.
The beers per minute squad.
How does Pop Tops not make sense, Devin?
I mean, it makes sense, but
Do you know what a Pop Top is?
yeah, we talked about this.
Devin.
Oh.
No.
In an aluminum can of beer, right?
Okay.
The thing that you pull is called a Pop Top.
Are we sure about this?
Yes.
Sure, it's not like a pull tab or something.
It's
like that?
also called a pull tab, but
okay, got it.
So
can I insert pull tabs into the running?
Because pull tabs are also gambling in a bar, so we can't use pull tabs. Pop Tops.
So this is like soda and pop, then, is what you're telling me.
I think we should call them the beers per minute squad.
How about twist offs?
And just Bimps for short. Big Bimp.
I like Bimps. It just sounds. It sounds short, and
I'm gonna push it. I'm push it
You're
so
both
hard,
insane.
Calvin. I'm gonna push it so hard. You're just gonna have to deal with it.
If you come up with something better, Calvin, I'm all on board.
Yeah, we can still workshop it.
But so far, Bimps feels like the best one.
Let's poll the viewers, guys. Do you want Pop Tops or Bimps?
Yeah, BMPS, beers per minute squad, is the Bimps.
Super complicated and weird. It doesn't make any sense.
Makes total sense. Because we're the beers per minute podcast. They're our squad. So we're the original. We're the Bimp. They're the Bimps.
You and me are the original.
Yeah.
We're the Bimp.
You are the Bimp.
He's a sort of Bimp.
Bimp sounds too much like bimbo.
See, that's just your mind doing that to you, man. Okay, not everybody else is like that.
I don't think it's just me.
I just went right to like big pimping in the LBC. Like
See,
that was my first
better.
And they had to have that like we know that was big back in the 90s, 2000s.
Yep.
When Timbaland was real hot.
Well, we'll have to see.
To him.
Well, I think he still works. I think he still does stuff with like Missy and stuff like that.
Does he? Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
What was it? I just watched the other day. It was not Aaliyah, but it was something with him where he like did the first like 30 seconds just going like yeah. Like it was great. I cannot remember what it was. But it was amazing. So, and I grew up in that great time of MTV.
Yeah.
Where it was actually music television.
Mm.
And
I remember it.
awesome late night stuff. Oh, see, but I experienced it.
Yeah. I remember one time going to my uncle's house and they were playing MTV and they played the music videos from the Cars band.
Mm-hmm.
And those music videos don't exist anymore. You can't find them anywhere.
Really?
I remember a specific one where there was a giant lady and she was eating the members of the Cars band throughout the song.
You remember the song?
I remember the song. But that music video, I cannot find it anywhere. It doesn't exist.
There's certain ones like that.
Like only MTV had it.
Somebody has to have it. Bimps, find this.
All 7 of you.
Yeah. Calling all bimps.
Find the Cars music video where a giant lady eats the band members.
Yeah. Gotta find like weird crap like that. That's interesting.
Yeah, I remember.
It's like the stupid the Mandela effect things that were like the Fruit of the Loom thing,
right?
And then the Tinkerbell thing. There was something else that I saw the other day that was it just like no, that's wrong. Like no, that thing has always been there.
Yeah,
I can't remember exactly what it was, but
I tried to explain the Mandela effect to my dad the other day. He didn't get it. And I didn't have any good examples.
It's kind of like, when you're in school and you hear something about like a teacher, like they're an alcoholic and like, oh yeah, okay, that's true. Like, yeah, they're an alcoholic. So, that's what goes around. And then you become an adult and you realize like, oh, no, that was just a lie that I believed up until my 30s that my gym teacher was an alcoholic.
I remember one, like the Berenstain Bears.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for saying it right. How do you say it, Devin?
Berenstain Bears.
All right.
What's the wrong way to say it?
Yeah, how do people say it?
My wife says it Bernstein Bears. Bernstein Bears. Yeah. Nuh-uh. Nope. It's Berenstain Bears.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But lots of people thought that it was in their name was Bear. Like Bear.
It's not.
I don't think it is. I think it's Ber.
No, it's Bear.
No. No.
One of them is wrong, and now I can't remember which one it was.
Oh no! You're right. No, it's Beren.
Oh wow!
There you go, Mandela effect.
No, this has happened to me.
There you go, right there.
I've been Mandela affected.
You both thought it was Bear.
It still is. Oh no! Wait.
It's Bear. It's
actually
Bere.
Actually, it would be the Berenstain Bears.
No, it's pronounced the same. It's Berenstain.
But wouldn't the E make the other E say its name?
Not in the name. In the name, anything could be anything.
Wouldn't it be Berenstain?
Yeah.
No, it's the
Berenstain. It's the Berenstain Bears.
It's the Berenstain Bears. We're pronouncing it right, but the way that it's spelled, people always thought it was Bear, like bear.
Bear. Yeah.
And it's not.
Wow.
That was one that sticks in my head.
My whole life is a lie.
Yeah, that's interesting. Huh. Oh, dude, they had a Berenstain Bears camping adventure. 5 out of 5 on eBay. That's for the Genesis. What the hell? Oh, I may have to find. Oh, they had a Game Gear game too. Oh, that's what it was for. Oh, it was part of the Sega Club.
You having fun, Mick?
I am. Do you guys know what the Game Gear is?
Heard the name. I've never seen one.
It was Sega's handheld game.
The oldest Sega console.
It was like a brick, and it was about that thick, and it took 6 AA batteries, and they lasted maybe an hour. Or you can plug a 12-volt plug into it.
It sounds like a Virtual Boy.
It was around the same time, but it was Sega's handheld console.
The Virtual
Boy
failed horribly.
Oh yeah, that one is awful. Game Gear was great. They had Battletoads. You had Sonic. Apparently, you had Berenstain Bears. Man, there's some.
I'm still tripping over this one.
Oh man,
I can't believe it's not Bear.
My life is a lie.
Yeah, there's a couple of them. I can't remember all of them, but that was one that I always remember because I thought it was Berenstain as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I just looked up a bunch of Mandela effects.
Oh yeah,
okay. Monopoly Man doesn't have a monocle. Darth Vader doesn't say, "Luke, I am your father."
I do that because I'm a nerd.
Yeah,
yeah. The one that I always think is funny is it's always a big deal is that the Sinbad Genie movie doesn't exist.
That
What?
one,
Sinbad Genie movie?
that's one of the ones that makes me want to swear because I know
You know it exists?
I know it exists.
I don't know what that is.
I've seen it.
Sinbad Genie movie?
Yeah, I have this weird like memory of it, and it doesn't exist. Yeah.
Sinbad did the other thing.
A 90s movie, Shazam, that stars the comedian Sinbad as a genie who appears to a pair of kids to help them deal with a tragic time. Apparently, they say it's false. It's not real.
Yeah.
His children, Sinbad's kids, say their father did not star in that film, Shazam, because no such movie exists.
But it does.
Are you sure?
Somewhere.
It's... See, this is why I said, like, plausible on the multiverse thing, because there's some things like
universe out there,
or they're just deleting things from the Matrix, and we're nobody will remember this. Damn it, they did.
How do you remember a specific movie that doesn't exist though?
Hold on,
that doesn't make any sense. Like some of these, like Berenstain Bears, is obvious. Oh, you conflated the fact they were bears with their name.
So they say that people confuse it with the movie Kazam with Shaq.
Yeah.
Which they say the Sinbad movie is supposed to be Shazam, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
But I remember.
You can almost see it in your head.
I remember Sinbad. That's the thing. I remember him specifically. But also, he did a lot of movies in that time as well.
That's not the picture I have in my head.
That's pretty great, but that's...
Hannibal Lecter doesn't say hello, Clarice.
I don't know. I don't even know what that is.
I'm just looking at more of these.
What?
Apparently, he just says good morning.
I don't know. I've never seen Hannibal Lecter. Is it that one?
That looks real knockoff. Closer. That looks... I mean, that's closer, but that looks like a real knockoff. I have to pee. I'll be right back. You guys have to carry the show. All right.
Curious George doesn't have a tail?
Is it this one?
Yeah, I know.
Yes,
that's it.
That's
kind of what I remember. I kind of remember that. I kind of remember that.
Apparently, this Shazam movie poster. Let me look at what this says.
All right, I'll be right back.
Oh, you can buy this. You can purchase this movie poster.
So when you look at the Kazam one, it's very similar to that, honestly.
Yeah.
Have you looked at it already?
Yeah. It looks just like that, but it's Shaq instead.
It very well could be Kazam that I remember, but
I've never seen it, so I have no idea what you're talking about. I think it's hilarious that this many people remember a movie doesn't exist. Like that blows my mind. Like the other Mandela effects just seem like, oh, that's a common misconception. Like that makes sense why you think that.
Mm-hmm.
But like a whole movie that you remember the plot of, that everyone remembers the plot of, but doesn't exist, that's weird. I like how Mick was like, oh, we're reaching our time. And that was like an hour ago.
We don't stop. Can't stop.
Can't stop, won't stop.
So much better. Did you just have just like completely dead air?
Yeah, no, there was nothing happening.
We just stare at the camera.
Just
together. Just like...
Nice. Direct eye contact.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We can do that real quick, just everybody. Okay, good 5 seconds. All right, we're good.
That was the longest 5 seconds of my life.
I think it was like 6 or 7. Oh, I got a little... There it is. There's that stupid little piece that always doesn't get caught. My hair has not worked since the last time I got cut. It's so dumb. I do not understand it. Usually it works really well, but now it's not. So I have to have it in a little bun. Or it's not a bun, it's a knot.
It's a man bun. He said it. You heard him.
It's not a bun, it's a knot.
You said bun.
It's just a bun first.
I said bun.
It's canonical now. The Mick has a man bun.
It's going in the wiki right now.
No. No. Do not have a man bun. My daughter already makes fun of me for having a kilt. She's like, man skirt. Now you have a man bun. No.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, she's a little turd. She's a little turd. Love her, but she's a little turd. Stuff to look forward to, man.
My hair also sucked. That's why I cut it all off.
Yeah, but when I do that, I look like somebody, and I do not want to look like them.
Who?
And you would know them.
Okay.
Yeah. I was gonna say it and then bleep the name, but you wouldn't know who I'm talking about anyway, so it doesn't matter.
like it's not a famous person?
No.
Okay.
No, it's somebody I know personally. Yeah, it was. Does not look good because I have like 7 cowlicks. So when I shave my head, they go. Dah! Fun.
Yeah, I have one big one right here in the back,
and
if it gets longer than like half an inch, it starts to freak out.
Nice. You should just cone it.
I have to buzz like every month.
You should like shape it into a cone.
Like a cone head?
Yeah, just like embrace.
That was a good movie.
Coneheads were good. Have you not seen Coneheads?
I have not seen that one.
Oh man, we're gonna have
to going on the list.
Strike 3.
Man, I mean, well,
you're out of here.
That one, that's not really a strike.
That's one of the few movies that say Jehovah's Witnesses in them.
Really?
It is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I've been hearing it a lot more actually lately.
In movies?
Movies and shows and stuff, yeah.
I usually see it parodied poorly in shows, but I don't see it in movies.
And I feel like mainly shows. Like,
yeah. Oh,
that was really bad.
But yeah, that
audio texture
in Coneheads, they pretend to be Jehovah's Witnesses.
Oh, interesting.
To get into someone's house.
And it's who's the dude? I can't remember the actor.
I have no idea.
Because it's Jane Curtin and oh no, what's his name? Dan Aykroyd. Are the Coneheads.
By the way, in case anyone's wondering why I'm so fuzzy.
Yeah.
Because my wife had COVID for 2 weeks and I've been at home doing nothing.
That's okay.
And my razor has been stuck in her COVID bathroom. She quarantined herself in the master bedroom with the master bathroom. My razor's been stuck in that bathroom. I have had no way to shave. I'm going to shave probably this weekend. So next podcast, we'll see this.
What did you do for clothes? Like
right as soon as she got COVID, she put on her mask, obviously, and she brought me like all of my shirts and underwear.
And
put them in the guest room. And I've done laundry once.
Did you have any pants?
Who wears pants?
We already established he doesn't wear pants.
I have one pair of basketball shorts.
He's just flopping around the house.
If I need to go to the store or something, I wear the basketball shorts.
Which then he's just flopping in his shorts instead of flopping around the house. So, yeah.
Flopping being the key word.
Pair of basketball shorts.
They're fine.
Oh yeah.
I have underwear. And I got my deodorant in there.
All right.
You have your Manscaped crop preserver.
That's in the COVID bathroom, unfortunately. Yeah.
So your crops have not been preserved.
As well as the Manscaped razor. That's also in the COVID bathroom.
The lawnmower 4.0?
It's 3.
Oh, you get 3.0. Oh, nice. I got the 4.
Yep.
I didn't know you guys were sponsored by them. Are you guys sponsored by them?
Definitely. No.
Oh, okay, got it.
We should. We should be.
100% sponsored by Manscaped.
I will totally talk about shaving balls because I do it all the time.
It's funny because I bought it because Two Bears One Cave was sponsored by it.
Oh, really?
And he did it. It tripped me out because he did an ad in their podcast for the lawnmower 3.0, and the link was broken, and it didn't exist on the website. So he did the ad for the lawnmower 3.0 before the lawnmower 3.0 was even released.
Oh,
like they sent it to him, but like they didn't give him I don't know what happened. Like he didn't have a date or something. He did the whole ad for it, and it was like a month before it even released. So that's funny. It was that the fact that it didn't exist was stuck in my head for a month, and when it finally came out, I had to buy
it. That's awesome.
But yeah, that was the turning point.
That shows you that like advertising works in certain ways. Because I love listening to like old radio, like from like the 30s to 50s, like old radio shows, and I found these ones of Dimension X, Texas Ranger, Night Beat, and there's one other one, but I got them all synced up. Like I found these playlists so I could listen to them in succession, like during like the Wheaties week and stuff like that. And it made me go buy Wheaties. The ads for Wheaties made me go buy Wheaties. I'm like, man, I haven't had Wheaties in so long. This sounds really good, and they were delicious. Yeah. There was like, man, this is cut up some apple in this and some. Oh, it's great. But it shows you that advertising does work.
Sometimes it works. Sometimes it's obnoxious. Like there's a fine line between ads that you want to see or ads that actually touch you and ads that you want to die.
Maybe they're just not ads for you, you know? Like they're meant for somebody else.
I don't know, because like the thing is that every ad now is marketed towards an individual. Every single ad, they look at your browsing history and what you say
or
in front of
groups,
yourself.
Though they go not specifically just individual, but like group wise as well. Like, oh yeah, you're kind of depressed. We'll throw here's some puppy ads.
Well, like they market therapy and depression medication. If you say the word depressed in front of your phone, we're all gonna get ads for that now because we said the word depressed like 4 times.
Joke's on you. I was already getting them. Okay.
But like that's how it works. Is they
sitting here typing my news as we speak.
They target it towards like what you search, what you talk about. So like just recently, I got an ad for like a digital marketing class, teach you how to do like funnels. That's whatever. And I clicked on it, just as like, what is this? And I was like, oh, that's dumb. I closed it. Next day, I got 10 different ads for various digital marketing courses. Like, if you show any interest in anything, they just flood you with that thing. So, like, those ads, I feel like don't work because, sure, you might have looked at it or you might be interested in this type of thing, but do you want 17 of them? No.
No.
Like, it has to be something that you already... It has to be something that you didn't know you wanted. That's like the perfect ad.
Right.
Like if you didn't expect it, you see it, you're like, that's really cool. I want that. And then the ad shows you how to get it. Like that's happened to me with like electronics. Like I'll get an ad for like a fancy keyboard or a fancy mouse or something. And I'm like, oh, I could use a mouse upgrade. And I'll look at it and I'll look at all the specs and I'll research it. I'll look at YouTube videos about it. Like specific things that I didn't know that I wanted until I saw the ad type of thing. I'll look at and do research on. So I feel like it's like advertising doesn't work, but it's like specific things to work for specific people.
See, but with what you said there, you saw an ad for a keyboard, and you said I could use a neat keyboard. So what you just said was invalid because advertising does work.
But the thing is that it wasn't shoved in my face. That's the difference. Like
okay, so you're
gets shoved in your face, like a commercial every 30 seconds on Spotify or something.
You're talking like mass advertising then.
Like if I'm playing a free mobile game, and every time I do something, there's an ad.
Yeah, that's mass.
And it's the exact same game, every ad that I would never want to see again in my life. That doesn't work. They're wasting their money. I'm never going to click the ad.
Yeah. Right, but that's because it's not meant for you. That's all it is. It's just not meant for you. But then you end up getting a Star Wars: The Old Republic ad, and you're like, oh, I haven't turned on this game in a while, and then you'll go turn it on. That one was meant for you. But yeah, a bigger, broader ad is not meant for you. It's meant for people. I mean,
it's meant for gullible
maybe less intelligent people than you. You're just highly intelligent, Calvin. That's all it is.
I'll take it.
You're so smart. You're so smart. You look past these ad people. Look at you. You've beaten them. Wow.
I accept this compliment.
Okay, on that note, I think we've been gone for a good amount of time.
Yeah, we got through 3 of our Ask BPM.
We did. So some more. We didn't get to any of our Would You Rathers. So
no, those are like 7 questions down the line.
There's some good ones.
I feel like the last ones were good, but because it was just the 2 of us, you answered too fast.
When?
Last episode, the last one, just you and I did the Would You Rathers.
Oh,
because it was just us. It was just like, bam, done.
You asked me easy ones, like, would you rather eat mayonnaise or ketchup? And I was like, well, that's easy. I like.
Well, right, but we didn't like discuss it.
I mean, I gave you. I feel like they weren't.
We discussed some, but like
they weren't complicated enough to discuss for longer than 5 minutes. Is the thing.
I mean, but you could always find something to discuss about something for more than 5 minutes.
Calvin just always has a definitive opinion. So
yeah, I have definitive opinions. That's correct.
Discussion for
Yes.
him.
Well, because if I give you my reasons for my answer, and then you say, "Yeah, that makes sense. I agree with you," that's the end of the discussion. Like,
Well, hopefully the next one will get into some more juicy ones and actually discuss them.
yeah,
Well,
there's some.
now, wait a minute. I saw the eyebrow raise. I didn't mean like juicy.
There's some pretty juicy ones.
I mean,
coming up, I feel like.
Would you rather?
I'm sure there's some good. I'm sure there's some good ones. But we'll get some spicy stuff, but not too spicy. We don't want to go.
There's a couple like really.
I mean, there's some gross ones, but there's a line.
There's a couple really complicated would you rather's in this list, so we're gonna have some discussion for sure.
And so, if you have any suggestions or anything, get on our Discord server or email us at beersperminute@gmail.com and give us anything like suggestions of what we should talk about. If you don't like us, if it's something you're upset about, or you want us to just talk about, or what we think our opinion should be about on something, or just like anything, really, just give us some topics because we're drowning here in a pool.
On our
The
Discord,
3 feet.
it's the suggestion box channel. It's where you would submit would you rather's or questions or complaints or hate mail or anything.
Tell us if you like
anything you want to tell us. Suggestion box it.
To tell us if you like Devin or not. If you don't, we'll just go ahead and
tell us
what is this?
Tell us if we should keep Devin or if we should throw him to the wolves.
This isn't a vote.
If you don't, we'll just go ahead. I mean, we'll just pull that
He'll
ripcord
never
and
be
go
here
on like a Beyblade.
We'll kick her from the server even if you don't like him. He'll be gone.
Yeah,
that's so extreme.
I mean, have you ever released a Beyblade out in the street? Just
I've
pulled that cord.
I've never released one out in the street. No,
I think I've only ever released a Beyblade.
They find their own path. So I mean, we will give you that same
Devin,
ceremony if
you'll
the
find your own
viewers
path
agree.
like a Beyblade.
But that's up to them. Oh,
like
also,
a Beyblade, I make my own way.
Hey,
I shall make my own way.
You guys want some stickers? Want some BPM stickers?
I want some stickers.
I mean, I know you do, but like
Mick
people out there, if you can't see them, if you're not watching videos, it's our BPM logo. If you want some of those, let us know.
Are we gonna put that on our merch store?
So right now, just send me a message or an email. So at any of our socials for Beers Per Minute on Twitter, Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. Hit us up on there. Or TikTok, yes. Let us know if you want one of those. Or email us at beersperminute@gmail.com. And we'll get you one of those cool things. Also, we're going to have some cool stuff that we're working on for merch-wise.
We're eventually going to have a merch store. I already ordered samples, so you'll see us repping it first.
You did? You ordered some samples?
Yeah. So when they get here, we'll be wearing them, and you'll be able to see what they look like. And then you can go purchase them yourselves.
Do guests get samples earlier?
I only bought one of each thing, so there's not going to be a bajillion samples to share with everybody. But if the viewers vote that you stay here, then you might get a sample.
I mean, yeah,
that'll be a perk.
Viewer's decision here.
Yeah.
Hold on. Can I make a quick plea to the audience?
Or not?
You get 30 seconds.
Please do not send me out on the street like a Beyblade. Please. I don't need to necessarily be on the podcast. I would like to just be around at least. And not discarded. I feel like the discarding is the ultimate it just hurts. And I'd like to just stay in the server or just be around at least. Maybe come back even.
You get one or the other. Either you're a permanent member or you're gone.
I felt like that was a good plea. I'll stand by it.
Okay, everybody. If you haven't watched it, go watch the last one with me and our guest, Jason the King Whited, as we talk about him and his love of Elvis and how he got into being a Elvis tribute artist. Tell us if Devin should stay here or not.
There will be a link to the previous episode in the bottom left corner of the screen.
Cool.
And a link to the next episode right here in the top left corner of the screen.
To the next one?
The next one.
Oh, right. Yeah, we're ahead a bit, aren't we? I forget about that.
Well, I put it on there because it'll automatically point to our next uploaded episode.
Oh, okay.
So
I don't know YouTube as much, so
yeah. Well, and like say that they watch this when we have 20 episodes, right? Episode 7 will point to episode 8.
Okay.
That tracks.
I see it's math. Okay.
So on the far right side, there's a subscribe button. On the bottom left, there's a previous episode. On the top left, there's a next episode. That's what we have for every episode so far in the last 30 seconds of the video. So however you edit this, that's where the cards will be.
Sweet. Tell us if we're going to keep him or not.
Yep.
All right, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Beers Per Minute has been presented by Stupid Mythic Forest. New episodes come out on Wednesday at 8 a.m. Don't forget to rate and subscribe so you never miss a thing.